What's the procedure? What's the procedure? Oh my gosh. Okay, if you are um, a young millennial like me, then I hope you really got that reference. Listen, we are going into the holiday season, and I need you to have a plan. And I need you to have a plan when it comes to dealing with difficult, tricky people in your life and conflict that you are just trying not to get into. Hi, welcome back to our series on conflict. This is our final video for now, where we're figuring out how do we deal with conflict? How do we navigate tricky people? Because where there's people, there's poop. And you know what? Like, we all like to make a mess and we don't like to think that our stuff doesn't stink, but it does. And we have just gone through a series about really how to unpack some of those different things of self-evaluation, reflection, how do we think about other people. But today I really want to get practical and I want you to come up with a plan. Before we begin though, my name is Mariah. I'm a certified Christian mental health coach, and I'm here to help you grow in emotional and spiritual maturity through biblically based holistic practices. I have a free guide for you in the link in description for a 3-day prayer to help you merge your faith and your feelings to grow into an emotionally healthy Christian. And I want you to join me over on my Instagram page where we have conversations like this and more. All right, I am no stranger to awkward around the holidays. When my parents were getting divorced, it was right before Thanksgiving when they separated, and that was an awkward Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, my stars. And, going into Christmas, into the new year, it was just a very painful plan for me to figure out how in the world do I navigate this tension. And I also didn't have a good relationship with my dad. It was a mess. It was awful. There's a whole thing with my wedding. It was just like very uncomfortable navigating family drama during the holiday season, during events. And I want you, outside of the holiday season, to have a plan, to prepare and plan for when you will inevitably be confronted with, is that person going to be there? I want you to kind of know what you're going to do. So we're going to go through some practical questions and steps for you to make a plan so that way you are prepared and honoring God and also keeping your distance if needed. What I want you to do is I want you to take out a calendar. I know that there are some of you that love to fly by the seat of your pants, but I do not want you to get caught unaware every single time the annual cookie Christmas thing comes around. It's annual. It's every year. Like, don't be surprised when that happens. So I want you to take a look at your calendar. The dates are going to come whether or not we like it. And we have to just accept, okay, what am I doing? Let's stop avoiding this. So when you look at that, this is the question that I want you to look at when you're seeing your calendar. What is expected of you? And what do you want to do? We want to pray for wisdom and not do things out of obligation. It's totally fine if you want to have a relaxing, quiet, at home holiday event, whatever it is you're doing. Like, it's fine if you don't want to go, but you have to make peace with yourself that, you know what, this might disrupt some other people, and really know, all right, what is most important to you and who is it that means the most to you? That's an honest question you have to ask yourself. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to prepare. How long are you going to be staying for? I'm a social butterfly. Like, I love going to different places. I love seeing my family. I love having like my calendar super full. But at some point, like, I have to decide how much time do I really want to be at certain places. And maybe you aren't someone that has that energy that like wants to go to those different places. That is completely okay. Just keep in mind, prepare ahead of time how much time you will be spending there. And the good rule of thumb is however long it takes you to get to that place, spend twice the amount of time. So if it takes you an hour to get to that place, then plan on spending 2 hours. If it takes you 30 minutes, okay, plan on spending an hour. Whatever that time frame looks like, you want to just double that amount and then find your exit. On your way to the place where you're going, I want you to prepare for the conversation. It is okay if you do not want to participate in the latest political drama. That's fine, but don't expect there to be a vacuum. You need to fill the void. You have to come with lighthearted stories, maybe something you've seen in your life, something that's been going on online, the funniest like TikTok meme, reel, whatever you saw. But if someone is asking you like, oh, when are you getting married next? When are you having kids? When are you getting a house? Etc. You just say you're focusing on other things at the moment. And then you take one of those stories that you've been prepping, say, oh, by the way, have you heard about blank? And being prepared ahead of time that people are going to want to talk, and that's fine, but you can decide what conversations you participate in, and you can decide how to exit those conversations. Prayer is also going to be super important for you to really keep yourself grounded, because prayer will help you navigate what conversations are worth engaging in, being connected to the Holy Spirit. Prayer is how we're able to both be wise and loving in how we interact with difficult people. We're not going to please everyone. Someone is inevitably going to be disappointed. And maybe, you're doing all of the right things and you still get into a tricky situation, conflict, whatever it is. What do you do if conflict happens anyways? You're going to breathe. Take a breath. You're going to be fine. You don't have to stay there. You are safe. And then stick to the facts. I know it can feel really threatening when people get riled up, but just stick to the facts. Try to keep your tone as neutral as possible. Don't use you statements, use I statements. I feel, I know, or I have, not you have this. Like, we want to make sure that we keep it very, like, not personal. Stick to those facts and don't make it personal. I know that conflict sometimes is, and I know that people are instigators and they like to antagonize. Do not make it personal. That's the them problem. That's not a you problem. And if it is offensive, make room for the offense, not excusing it, but also saying, I'm not going to engage in your level of behavior because that's not who I'm called to be. Don't let someone's behavior change your character. Don't shy away from conflict just because you think that it's going to disappear. It's not going to disappear. Rather, lean on the Holy Spirit, ask for wisdom, ask for guidance about how to engage in the relationship that you're experiencing, because it is easy to burn a bridge and it's a lot harder to repair. So make wise choices, seek to win others, and I will be praying for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new. Tell me, how do you engage in conflict and how do you kind of like prepare in advance and avoid the situation? And make sure to leave a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next episode.